show you guys some more things that I just bought from Nordstrom's, and I'm going to put a new outfit on Emma. I was thinking about changing this guy, but I'm still really loving this outfit, so I'm not sure about that. But I'm gonna let some people stream in. Let me just grab my tablet so I can see the comments up close. As we let people come in. I was gonna put a new outfit on Emma, but I'm starting to think on my Valeriana, my Emma kit. But I was starting to think maybe I should maybe put that yellow sweater on. I don't know. I don't know. I think I'll put the new outfit on her. But let me just, I want to be able to see everybody's comments. I'm bringing my tablet. Because when I tried, I have like the sun beaming right into my eyeballs right now. That's always fun. But I have a story for you guys today. It kind of transpired today. This will be kind of like a PSA. And it's that dreaded topic again, the scammers, the fakes, and all that. But with new people always joining the community, and for the new people who do want to collect authentic dolls. If you don't want to collect authentic dolls, this channel probably it's not for you. I hate to break it to you, but because you're just gonna find yourself getting offended all the time. I'm just being real. Or that one song, I'm just being honest. Who was that again? Andre 3000? You guys remember that song? You know what song I'm talking about. Hang on, I think I saw a comment. Or maybe that wasn't a comment. I'm using a different phone. Oh, hi, my little world. Hello. My little world is my moderator here, so she will just monitor the chat a little bit for me so that no trolls get in and try to take over. So yes, I have a little bit of time. I might change his outfit, but I'm not sure. I want to show you guys my silicone Emma. And then I will get to the story that I want to tell you guys. That was kind of funny. I'm trying my best to not really get like annoyed by these scammers and how they're trying to establish themselves in the community sneakily. But it really is upsetting. It's stressful. We also have, I'll mention this briefly. If you go to my Instagram story, I talk a little bit about, well, I'm addressing a fake silicone Lulu that's been come about by somebody. I don't know if they're in Portugal or if they're in Brazil. Her name seems, or maybe they're Italian. It might be Italian, I'm not sure. This person has a Facebook account, and she's created a partial cloth body Lulu in silicone. Of course, this is an illegally produced silicone, and the Lulu kit, if you're not familiar, Lulu Asleep and Lulu Awake. Well, Lulu Awake is no longer going to be produced because Joanna Kazmierczak is just completely disheartened to release that into a vinyl kit because of all the fakes, because of the counterfeit dolls and the counterfeit problem that we have. So I can't say that I really blame her. I gotta open my window a little bit here, so sorry about the traffic that you'll hear. But I can't really say that I blame her for doing that. It really affects their morale. It lowers the entire morale of the community as well. But why can't, oh, there they are. You're here like a shadow. You know, it's weird because, oh, I must be missing them. But anyway, so yeah, the Joanna Kazmierczak, there is a fake partial cloth body silicone Lulu. Um, it's I find it's just wrong. Okay, guys, like the buck really does stop. I've said this for years. People didn't like it, but I said this for years, that the buck really does stop at the consumer. It stops at us who have the buying power, because if there's, I mean, and it's going to end up being a personal moral decision, and where your morals lie. You can be defiant and be like, okay, I don't care. I'm not going to be part of the Reborn community, so I'm going to buy whatever I want. Fine, so be it. We can't stop anybody from doing it. We can't stop, obviously, we can't stop the manufacturers. Um, it's a chronic problem it's probably never going to go away. But the sad thing is that Joanna was saying that she feels like not producing any more kits in vinyl. Now, a few months ago, I discussed this. I talked about how everyone who uses the argument that these knockoffs are cheaper, and I've seen the argument so many times. Even just 5 days ago, somebody commented that the thing I need to understand, the thing that I need to understand is that some people can't afford these to pay for authentic kits. Well, guess what? You're going to afford it even less now, because one, less kits and sculpts are going to be made. Some artists are going to pull their talent away from us. One of the best artists, in my opinion, has already kind of really pulled away in producing sculpts and producing dolls. So, and she's one of the very best that we have here. So, with that said, the old argument is that, well, people can only buy what they can afford, and so that's why they contribute, or they buy off the black market, or they buy off, they buy fakes because that's all they can afford. Well, the thing that I knew was going to happen, when you're buying fakes, you're inadvertently contributing to the cost of these dolls going up even more. Okay, so and essentially the reason I said that was because when more artists decide to stop creating kits, vinyl kits for sale, or when sculptors decide to stop creating vinyl kits for sale, and they decide, well, the best, it's easier for me to just then create, it'll be better for me to just create silicone. You've just inadvertently made the hobby even more expensive, because silicone is way more expensive than vinyl. So Tina Bloomfield says there's no excuse to buy pirated sculpts. I agree. There isn't. There really just isn't. Hi, Cassandra. So yeah, so that's the situation with Joanna. She posted something, she's really feeling disillusioned and disheartened by this new silicone partial Lulu that is being sold for €1,000 to whoever doesn't mind, and then this thief actually said in a post that she's not going to be posting this doll in a lot of groups because she doesn't want to be hassled. Now, this isn't verbatim, but I find it kind of funny that she doesn't want to be hassled by people who are going to tell her, well, you're a thief, because essentially she's a thief. She does not have the right to produce that silicone kit. She doesn't have the right to produce that silicone kit, full stop. So that situation kind of transpired today. Hi, Jen. And then the other situation was Katie at My Little World brought to my attention this morning that there is a group on Facebook that has been using my pictures to, they've been using my pictures to sell knockoffs, to scam people out of their money. So at first I got mad and I commented, but then I thought, you know what? There is no true way to really report these. I can report them, but Facebook will do nothing. I've tried time and time again to report these accounts on Facebook, on Instagram, on eBay, on Etsy, and to no avail. They don't take anything down. Okay, so I decided, you know what? I'm going to go another route, because I was looking at the Facebook guidelines, and I hope that more of you will take this route as well to help. Maybe if enough of us are yelling out there, and making some noise with Facebook, they'll take it seriously. So I went to this account and I decided to message them. So they were using pictures of an old Levi that I no longer have. They were using pictures of an Emma kit that I've recently sold, and they were using pictures of my Scarlet, this little guy, who I call Polo, of him. They were using pictures of this guy in outfits that I still have too. So I decided to message them, and I'm gonna move him out and bring in my Silicone because I want you guys to see her. She looks so cute. Oh, and I'm gonna fix her barrette because her little barrette is falling out of her hair. So I message them and I ask them, I tell them that I'm interested in their dolls and I want to know how much they are. This is a partial silicone from McPherson's. It's the Emma kit by Natalie Scholl. So I ask them, you know, hey, how much are your dolls? I'm interested in buying one. And they tell me, you know, $300. And I talked to them a little bit, and then I asked them, are you the artist? They didn't answer that question. And then I asked them where they asked me where I was from, and I said I was from the USA. And then I asked them, where are you guys from? And then they told me, we're in Miami, Florida, which I don't think so. I don't think they're in Miami, to be honest with you. And if they are, well, if they are, then I think it would be easier to get these thieves, right? These scammers. But so I message them. I think I'm going to turn her around. And I start asking them questions, pretending I'm interested in buying them. And I tell them, they tell me they're going to do a beautiful box opening. And I'm like, oh, I have a YouTube channel, so I'll do a beautiful box opening presentation. You know, I'm trying to, there was some moments when I thought maybe they were on to me, but what I was basically trying to do was trying to see if they would end up asking me for the money and asking me to like some weird way to send them money, which they did. They wanted PayPal, friends and family, or Zelle. So Zelle, as you know, is even harder to get your money back from those kinds of scams. So I tell them, send me your Zelle information. And they send me the Zelle information, and then I start hitting them with pictures. I started taking pictures with the outfits that I have and the doll that I still had in my possession, and I wrote the word scam over it. I said, the next time you guys post dolls for sale, maybe use this picture with the word scam written over it, because that's actually what you're doing. You're trying to scam me out of my money, because I don't know how you can sell a doll that I have already, that's in my possession. I've asked you if that was the exact doll that I was going to get. You said yes. And then, you know, they wanted the Zelle money. They wanted me to Zelle. They sent me their information, an email that they established to Zelle the money to. So that would be kind of like, you know, Zelling is pretty much like cash directly into their bank account. So I did all of that. Just gonna brush her hair a little bit. I didn't do it. I didn't send the money. So I sent them the picture of my doll, and I wrote the word scam over it, and I just told them, you know, I don't know how you can live with yourself. And they wrote me back the funniest response, I thought, which I'm gonna read to you because I thought it was kind of funny. Like they were still trying to maintain that they're doing good in the world. They wrote, always I care about is making people who needs babies happy. But it seems more to me like this scammers have taking over the world, where everyone comes to complaining about them being scam. I have helped over 100 people in the USA and other places in the world, and I want to assure you, your case will be different. I make this promise to you. As soon as your payment is made, I will register your baby for delivery and send a tracking number so you know when the package arrives your house. I assure you, your baby will be delivered with no stress. You can trust me on this. This is after I asked them how they could live with themselves being scammers. So I thought that was weird. And I'm reading it exactly how they wrote it. So obviously, wherever they're from, English is probably their second language. I have no idea where they're from. But they told me their name was Felix Macadang Dang Jr. I don't know what Felix, I don't even know if that's like a joke, Macadang Dang, or maybe it is a real name. I don't know. Let me see your guys' comments. Facebook is hopeless. Hi, Tina. Unbelievable, these scammers caught up to silicone partial kits. Yeah, I know. Tina says, I work for both vinyl and silicone sculpts. It is very disheartening to keep seeing these thieves getting away with this. Yeah. Hi, Ariana's babies. Yeah. 100%, 100 families in the US felt so happy with their scandals. This is the picture I sent to them because I ended up sending them a picture of I wrote scam over it because they also have this outfit on one of my dolls, or two of them were dolls that I used to own. And then this one is the one I still own. So I was like, that's the picture you can use. And I told them, I asked them, why are you, after they wrote me this, I asked them, why are you using my pictures and telling me those are the exact dolls you will be sending? You don't have those dolls. They belong to me. Stop using my pictures. And they said, please, I'm not using your picture, okay? Okay. I'm like, those are my pictures you stole from Instagram. And they said, if you're not interested, please don't message me again. And then I told them, stop using my pictures. And then they gave me a thumbs up to that. And that was the end of that. But I feel like, and I'm hoping, the fact that I established that they were trying to get money from me, I could report it. So what I am going to do is I went here to more. Oh, hold on. Let me see if this works. More. Okay, so I went to more and then I went to report and fraud or scam. And then I didn't know which one to put. So I decided to, I reported them for other scams and phishing info because I kind of feel like in a way they're trying to fish information, you know, like, or some kind of payment from me. You can't do unauthorized sell because unauthorized sales are usually for like, you know, things that are like guns and drugs and things like that. So all of these social media platforms also make it very difficult for us to establish scams. So they're part of the problem too. Oh, I can report them for deceptive messages too. There we go, deceptive messages. Anyway, so I feel like maybe since I established the fact that they were trying to get money from me, there we go. Hey, Fallen Angels Nursery. So I figured, you know, since they were trying to get money from me, that kind of helped establish that, yeah, they're scamming. And so I reported it to Facebook. I reported the page, but honestly, I've reported a lot of pages and Facebook doesn't do anything. So it's like whack-a-mole. I mean, it's actually not even like whack-a-mole. It's a total, to me, a lost fight. Any other way, legally, or trying to get social media platforms to take them down, they won't do it. So the fight actually comes to us, that part. The choosing to say, no, I'm not going to contribute to the counterfeit market. I'm not going to be, you know, it comes down to a moral decision, a personal, individual moral decision, sadly. Hopefully if we can, enough of us collectively do that. I'm going to put this on her head, but I got to be able to see her head, her hair. So that's my little preaching for today. And she's so cute. This is a partial, so I mean, this is a partial silicone, which means partial means that she has a cloth body and her limbs and her head are silicone. They're EcoFlex 20. I bought her from McPherson's Arts and Crafts, and you can buy the kit like I did and then have an artist paint it for you. The artist that painted this is Happiness Nursery. She's from Australia, Pearl, or Jonji Vago. You can find her on Facebook. You can find her on Instagram. I don't know if she's doing customs or not, but yeah, you can definitely, and the kit itself, I think it was 800 or 850, I can't remember. So there are legitimate ways to buy cloth body partial silicone dolls. Yes, please start painting silicones. I wish more people here in the US would do it. And I already like your painting style. Like, you have a very realistic painting style, so I think you would do really good on silicone. I heard it's really like more tedious, but thank you, Ariana. Hi, Crystal, I'm sorry, Crystal Hilly. Thank you. I was on Google to look for Reborns, and the scammer site shows up on Google. I know, it's such a shame. Am I missing anybody here? Oh, hold on. Okay. So yeah, I mean, they have a lot of cute silicones, partial cloth body silicones, and honestly, I like both partial. I know that there's some people that don't care for the partials, but I like them, personally. They're good. They're nice. They're adorable. There's something squishy about them. It's different from vinyl. I mean, besides the cloth body, but they're a nice way to ease into. If you really want to try silicone, I think these partials are really cute. Oh my God, she just looks so adorable. I love her feet. I love I love the way she feels when her feet are covered. I like her feet anyway, but you see how she wobbles around, and yeah, her feet are so cute. Yeah, so Natalie Scholl originally released this kit, I think it was in 2015, and she sold out. There was only, in vinyl, there was only 200 of this kit in vinyl. Natalie Scholl released her in 2015. Of course, she's completely sold out. You can't find the vinyl, but a few years ago, McPherson started doing these partials, and she is one of them. The Emma kit is one of them. And they have a lot of really cute ones of vinyls that you guys probably recognize. So McPherson's Arts and Crafts for authentic silicone partial kits. My Little World has a partial Jaden. That was another one that was sold out in vinyl, but was released in silicone. He's completely adorable. She calls him Adrian. But their Reborns are knockoff and are not the real thing and made by a machine. Thank you. Thank you for providing the link. They, Fallen Angels Nursery says they show up on Google because they're a multi-million-dollar company and they can afford to pay Google. Yep, the Google bucks. Yeah, 1 million to keep them on the top of the search. Yeah, that's another thing, like, that makes that whole thing about the unfair exposure of the internet. With, I forgot what laws were passed, and they made it kind of unfair now, where things that should be showing up, and maybe companies that are small that can't afford to be promoted by Google or to show up on top. There was like something going on. Remember this whole big thing a couple years ago, Heather, at Fallen Angels? You probably know about it because I know exactly what you're talking about. And there's a small faction of journalists and other, organizations that want to keep the news honest, that say this is unfair. This is an unfair practice to, to whoever the highest bidder is, to be able to show up on top of a Google search, which I'm trying to remember what law that was. And like, there was like a lot of debate over whether this should be legal and should be allowed. But anyway, I'm really thinking about it. I want to buy the Jaden and paint him. Yes, he's so cute. Reborns for Life says, I'm kind of new maybe she meant to your channel, but I'm already loving your babies. They're so cute. Thank you so much, Reborns for Life. Did I miss? Crystal says, I have some of them. Yeah, so personally, it really bugs me, but I'm trying not to, like, block my Zen or block my aura here or my whatever, like get so mad. But it's, and I'm just a collector. And when I see my dolls being used to exploit people or exploited, my dolls pictures being, my photographs being exploited or, you know, whatever, to defraud, to fraud people out of their money, to scam people out of their money, it's very upsetting. And at some point, I just feel like, okay, the best, all I can do, since I can't take them off of Facebook and I can't, you know, Etsy or anywhere else, because they just won't cooperate. These selling platforms and social media platforms just don't care. All I can do is let you guys know here, make a big fuss about it in my story and on Instagram. And the rest is just hope as many people as possible see it, hear it, and they're aware of it. And I guess that's all I can do. I did my part, you know, just let people know. Yeah. Yes, I understood what you meant, Reborns. I had to read it twice, but they should block the scam websites. I wish they would, but they don't. eBay doesn't, because they like the money that they're getting, their little 10% or whatever, 13% cut that they're getting for it, you know? So they're not blocking it. I'm going to bring my other Emma on because I'm going to be changing her outfit. Or maybe I should put that outfit on her, because I just put this on her on the weekend and I think it looks cute on her. So maybe I'll leave her a little bit longer in this. Okay, let me show you some of the things I got from, I cannot find the outfit I did want to put on her. I think I put it away, dang it. But I just got another new outfit. So we're going to put her, I'm going to show you the vinyl Emma that I have. Just going to move her out. Just be shifting her out. See how cute she is? Oh, there she goes. Look at these dangly legs. Here's the other Emma. This is the Emma that I have that's in, it's vinyl. Yeah, I know. I really don't like that they're using my pictures. My Little World says there were lots of people on that scam page asking about payment and asking for safety photos, and they said they would provide those. I'm sure they're photoshopping those. Yeah, they have to be doing something, but oh, I'm okay. I just want to make sure that I do my part, because they're using my pictures. So I want to let people know that there are scammers on there. I rarely, and if I do, it's in a private group, but I rarely post pictures of my dolls on Facebook. And I actually haven't done it in months. So the way they're getting my pictures off my Instagram account. Hold on, let me read this. That is exactly why I absolutely no longer do any kind of business on eBay. I haven't for years. I won't purchase anything on eBay, and I won't sell anything on eBay. Yeah, I wish that we would. I mean, the Reborn hobby and artists would pool their dolls from, their support on eBay, and so that way people will know that the only dolls being sold are there on there are fakes. Because you guys, I mean, there's reborns.com. So far, reborns.com is being pretty vigilant when it comes to when it comes to making sure that the consumer can shop safely there. And the people that are scamming others using photos of other people's dolls, like with those Grinches, what I've been noticing it as people actually get in their mail, oh, is hilarious. Yeah. I've seen them in the comments. They print out pictures of the face of the doll onto fabric and then sew it onto a cloth. Oh my God, that is so weird. Yeah, yeah. There's a lot of scams out there. Just be a more informed buyer. That's all. At this point, we can say, um, because we're not going to get any help from these social media platforms. They're not going to help any of us. We're basically on our own over there. Hang on, I really wanted to put a different outfit on her. I need to see if I can find it. Where did I put it? Well, I'm really sad that I don't know where I put this outfit. I guess that outfit will just have to be, let me look one more place. Well, I don't know where I put it. I'm thinking that outfit's just gonna have to be for another day. Oh, I'm so sad. It's so cute too. All right, let me show you what I got from Nordstrom's. So I'm getting a bigger doll soon. Well, I don't know how soon, but in the future, this year, probably within the next couple months, maybe sooner, in a month or two, something like that. So I bought this adorable outfit. It's by, well, I bought it from, it's by Tiny Tribe. And it's so cute. And I know it's black, but I really don't care. I just think it's adorable. And it comes with the top and the bottoms, and it's in 3 to 6 months. So you guys know it's going to be a bigger baby, and it's going to be a girl. So I'm really excited about that doll. Very excited. And then the other outfit I got. Yeah, I'm really sad about my other outfit. Where did I put it? Rummage. I'm sorry. Thank you so much. I'm kind of like, I had that outfit on the changing table for the longest time. But the other day, I started doing like all this removing of boxes and stuff because I got tired of the boxes. And I might have put it away somewhere, but I don't know. There's just one more drawer, but I can't access it. It's a box. I can't access it really easily. So I'm going to spare you guys. I think I'm going to put this on her. Something kind of cash. We're going to go with a casual look. I don't have socks for her though. I just think this color would look nice on her. Oh, so I'm going to put that one on her. And then the other, now this one's really cute. This one's really cute. I got this one. I contemplated, should I get it? Should I not get it? Because it's black. So it's black and gray. I don't know if you guys can see. Sorry, Dolly. It's black and gray. I'll do like a little, you know, transfer test on it, make sure it won't like transfer onto the vinyl. You do want to be careful when you're using black or any dark colors on your vinyl, because it, you know, the vinyl is very porous and it will absorb the color and stain your doll. So just be careful when you're using it. And then with these stripes, I got this outfit also in the navy blue that you saw Matthias wearing at the beginning of this video, but I decided to get it in black. And I think I'm gonna be pairing some like dark red socks with it. So I'm probably gonna put this one on Killian though. So that's another outfit I got that's really cute. And then lastly, let me just put this one in the box. I got this adorable, I kind of shopped a little bit out of my comfort zone. I'm just kind of bored, I think. I love my whole sweater and diaper, you know, style. But I feel like, I don't know, is it played out? I still like it, but sometimes I see it so much everywhere that I'm like, maybe it's time for something different out of my comfort zone. I don't usually buy little sweatshirts and things like that, but I got this fuzzy sweatshirt. I thought it was cute. It's a newborn size, so of course it's for one of the newborns. And I was really, I'm liking the stripes. And I love this style of pants also, kind of where they're pantaloons, where they're kind of like harem pants. So they're heavier, not heavier, they're, have a nice wide bottom. And especially they look nice over the cloth diapers if you're really using a lot of cloth diapers. Do you like that? Thank you. So this one's really cute. I love the colors. And I got these at Nordstrom's. They took forever to get here because I ordered these like the day after Christmas, something like that. It took a while. It took its time. So yeah, I'm liking this fuzzy, woolly, sheepy sweatshirt. That'll probably, I don't know who I'll put it on. Matthias is kind of my favorite go-to when it comes to the outfits. And I know you guys see a lot of him, but he's just kind of my favorite now, and I can't help it. I'm just a little annoyed with myself right now that I don't know where to put that other outfit. Annoying. Okay, well, we'll just put her in something casual. Take all these little thingamajigs off. All the tags. But yeah, I really do feel bad for Joanna. It annoys me. I know some people don't get annoyed by this stuff. It annoys me just seeing my pictures being stolen. So I can't imagine what it must be like to see your creations stolen and sold, and someone making profits off of something they didn't create. So it's obvious what they did is they casted the vinyl limbs that they probably bought legitimately. I saw a lot of like legitimate artists following this person too. Her name is Gia Di Sessa. And I'm wondering if these people know that she doesn't care. So it appears to me that she probably was somewhat like buying kits or painting kits and stuff, authentic kits for a while, and that's why she kind of, most artists accept a lot of anyone's like friendship requests anyway on Facebook, but my point is just that that it sucks because it's not just China. It's also people that have spent some time in this community making or painting authentic dolls who then just decided, I don't want to just make money off of painting and selling vinyl kits. I want to make these in silicone myself and sell them for, I want to sell them when it's not even their creation to sell. All this art, our art here, the Reborn hobby has been commodified, and and then there's going to be piracy. There's going to be people pirating these kits and trying to make money off of it, and it's just, she's so cute. It's just nasty. It's wrong. And now Joanna, who's been, Lulu is a very popular sculpt. So, honestly, Joanna is one of these artists that a lot of people like to buy her kits and her silicone. So imagine if she stops making or creating or sculpting for kits, for us to have kits to paint or for us to have kits to own. And then she just decides, you know what, just gonna make silicone, because the silicone ones were harder, are not being copied. They're copying them off the vinyl limbs, the blank vinyl limbs. So, oh, sorry about that. Yeah, so they're copying it off the vinyl limbs. So, sorry about that. Knocked over the camera. So now if your argument was, well, this hobby's too expensive and I want to buy knockoffs. Well, guess what? Now you've made it even more attainable, not just for yourself, but for other people too. You made it, the prices now, not everyone can get silicone. So you're ruining it you're ruining it for everybody. Then you have the people who just brazenly open, counterfeits on their YouTube channels and make no apologies for it and talk about how it's their business, their money. And yeah, I get that. To each his own, and no one can tell you how to manage your money and what you spend money on. And if you want to buy fakes and you want to contribute to theft and support thieves, then that's your prerogative. I get it. But then don't get mad when people call you out on it either. I just don't get it. I don't have socks for her. I didn't grab any. Should I do those? No, that doesn't match at all. Oh. I think I'm gonna just leave her footloose and fancy free, because I also don't know where the heck I put my little bag with booties in it. Or maybe she'll wear some like little Uggies, Ugg looking ones. I have some Uggs. I just think they'll be too big for her. But I think we'll try them. We'll try the Uggs, okay? I agree. If you were going to be doing something questionable and boldly posting it online, you're gonna say social consequences. Don't cry bully to me when you get called out. Yep. Like Bonnie posted last week about not having anything new to share, but maybe it will inspire us to sculpt dolls ourselves. I loved it. I liked that post because, yeah, it's like, why am I going to keep making dolls for you guys who, and you don't even want to buy my authentic kits? You want to buy the knockoffs. So what, you know what I want? Why don't you guys, try this on for size? Sculpt a doll yourself. You're right. I love that part. Maybe do it yourself. Um, hey, you know, the woman's allowed to kind of assert. I mean, she said it in the most sweetest way too. But honestly, it really does get to that point. It's like, okay, do it yourself. It's like take, people. The people just want to take. And they don't have the slightest idea of what it entails. The what Bonnie is doing, what Joanna is doing. They're living off of their art. Maybe these people doing box openings, yeah, they're like, well, you know what? Don't hate the player, hate the game. This is capitalism for you. I'm capitalizing on what I can. Fine, but it's illegal. And it's wrong. And it lowers the morale. To see how it feels when it happens to them. Yeah. And yes, I'm absolutely shaming everyone who supports it knowingly. Yeah. That includes the people who supported who buy fakes. We saw you. We saw you there. But yeah, maybe if people knew how hard it was to do, the creativity, the work that it takes. She has little harem pants too. So she's very cash today. Very cash. Let's put these on her. I haven't tried these on any of the babies. So I got some baby Uggs. See, Uggs. And we're gonna try these on her. They have little koala bears on them. I think I saw some pink ones with llamas maybe, or sheep, something like that. I don't remember. But I'm pretty sure they were pink. And we're just gonna take all this stuff, the stuffing out, and cut the little tag off. Oh, more stuffing. I think these are, let me see. It says 0-1 size, like 0 to 3 months, I think. Oh wait, this one, I think this one goes here. I'm not sure if I really like these big old shoes for her, but I don't want to leave her feet. I don't want to leave her barefoot. These are cute. They have a little, you see that print on the bottom? After the way a lot of these people spoke to Bonnie on that one video, they deserve to be called out. Yep. They're pretty gross. They're pretty gross. And it's sad because the only one that is required to, it's like when you work at a restaurant and you have this person this Karen that just is unhappy with everything, and they start like treating you badly as the waitress, or whatever. You're the one in the customer service capacity here. So this whole time you're the one who has to bite your tongue and like try to find creative ways to defend yourself because you don't want to be off-putting. You don't want to put the customer off, just in case they ever want to come back for something. Or you also don't want to put other people off that might be watching this happen. You're the one who has to maintain decorum because you are in the customer service you're the one in the customer service capacity. So in order, I mean, that is some tricky stuff to be able to maintain decorum with people who are in your face telling you that they don't care, that you're the artist and your work is being counterfeited and fake. Now everyone's watching you to see how you're going to respond to this. And you have to do it. You're the only one who's expected to be classy. The other people can act and talk and create all these make-believes, like, I'm not going to buy your dolls no more because I don't like that you're mad that somebody bought a stolen sculpt, you know? And especially when other people, like, I was watching that go down and I was like, that person never bought anything authentic anyway, so I don't know what they're talking about. But I guess when you're in that position, you can say whatever you want. You can lie if you want, whatever. But yeah, it makes it just really sad. Okay, these are cute. I kind of wish it was pink though, but that's okay, right? She doesn't look too goofy. Oh, they have little koala bears on there. Isn't that cute? Yeah, they don't. Tina says, amen, Heather. And these people seem to think that it's only just about money. Of course it's about that. But what about the spiritual toll it's taking on our sculptors? It's provoking real depression in people. And after the way a lot of these people, okay, I read that part, but I didn't read the first part. Yeah, it's true. It's can we at least appeal to your maybe empathy, some empathetic side? Like, people are like, well, I can't afford it. I only want fakes because I can't afford a real Reborn. And I even saw, like, what, to your point right there, Heather, I saw another channel. It was a YouTube channel that they deleted and then they came back. And I hate that she's back, to be honest with you. But I saw this person a couple years ago, a year and a half ago. They were making videos saying that, yeah, while they don't support, fakes and counterfeits, that they still will be friends with the people who buy fakes and counterfeits because they're more concerned about them as humans. It's about people first. Not the dolls. The dolls don't matter in the end. It's about people first. Well, isn't the sculptor a people too? Like a real human? And I honestly think that people have dehumanized the sculptors, and they don't consider their feelings at all. There is no empathy for the creator, for the sculptors in this. They think that they're just these millionaires making these dolls, and they're just they're some kind of artist millionaires, okay? And they're not. And their hard work is just being stolen and being capitalized on, and it's wrong. So if I'm going to choose which people to empathize with, while I empathize people saying they don't have money for these luxury items, I get it. It sucks. Maybe you don't. But there are ways to do it. We've all shown it on our channels. You save. You you buy deliberately. Like you really think about what you're going to invest your money in. You don't just buy, and then, because some of these people, like Katie pointed out, they have a bunch, like, they talk about how they can't afford an authentic kit, but they have like 30 fakes, or 15 fakes, each for $100. Right there is like $1,500. You can buy a nice Reborn, an authentic one that you probably will enjoy more than just some janky looking, poorly painted fake. So I noticed that some sculptors, that's why they put themselves out there. They try to, personalize themselves. They want people to remember, hey, I'm human. I'm not just this name in space, I'm not just, this elusive name, Bonnie Brown, Laura Lee Eagles, Cassie Brace, Joanna Kazmersak. I'm not just this Clara Taylor, some mythical, elf in the North Pole making these toys, making these dolls, and I'm not, there's a person behind these creations too. How about where's the care and the empathy for them? They're the ones being disenfranchised. A person who can't afford an authentic kit, an authentic doll, is not being disenfranchised. Maybe they feel they can't participate in what everybody else is doing here in the community, but that's not true either. That is a lie. That's what they want you to believe, that they can't participate otherwise. Well, you can't participate with the fake, but you can definitely own an authentic doll if you save your money. So let me step off my soapbox here. Our sculptors put their entire hearts and souls into their sculpts. They aren't robots. If there was no knockoff, they would find the money. Oh, Tiny Toes Reborn family, thank you so much. That's like perfect. If there was no knockoffs, they would find the money. That's so true. That is an interesting way to put it, a perspective I haven't heard. If it didn't exist, then they would be saving their money like everybody else. But they found the easy way out. They found it easy. Well, they think it's the easy way. The fakes. And then there's the people who say, I just collect any doll. Oh, hey, Pooh Bear. I'm sorry, I'm missing so many comments here. Yeah. The rancid one, I remember those videos. I don't know what that is. I must have missed something here. Yeah, I really liked your point of view there. Artists work hard on these dolls and people just take the photos and it just makes me mad. Yeah. Well, that was a myth that was dismissed, which it's a terrible myth being spread out there that, well, I'm not even going to bring it up. Never mind. I'm not bringing it up. But yes, the point being that if we can't, the sad thing though is that we can't stop the manufacturing of the counterfeit. We can't go up against them. It's just not possible. So, the best we can do, if for people who actually like this hobby and actually love dolls and, yeah, I'm going to say it that way, and actually do love dolls, and appreciate how this hobby leveled up with these artists. I've said this before and I'll say it again. Nothing against Behringers, okay? Nothing against them. But I wouldn't be interested in this hobby if that's all there was stripping Behringers or stripping Paradise Gallery and Ashton Drake. Nothing against Ashton Drake and Paradise Gallery because they do sell their own authentic dolls. Once they're stripped, they're reborns, whatever the original reborns. And nothing against Behringers because they also create and sell their own dolls. But I honestly wouldn't even be interested in this hobby. And for all intents and purposes here, we're going to call it Reborn Doll Hobby. I don't want someone lecturing me about how the Reborn name was found or anything like that, because I already know. But I'm just saying, if it was just Behringers and stripped Behringers and stripped Ashton Drake and Paradise Gallery, I don't think I'd be interested. Maybe. But we are so fortunate enough to have the ingenuity of these people who make this, that make this hobby go round and round. From the McPhersons, from Trueborn, the people who look for the art, for the talent, like Bobby Barfoot. She looks for talent. She goes around Instagram finding who's sculpting out there. She's always looking for new talent. I've actually witnessed her approach people that were just starting to, sculpt and seeing that their work was pretty good and offering them contracts to produce, to make their sculpts into dolls. So, if it wasn't for the ingenuity of those people like Bobby Brown and the people, Brenda Newfield and other established dealers, we wouldn't, that we're looking for the talent, okay, that we're looking for talented sculptors to make doll kits, we wouldn't have this hobby, right? If it wasn't for the talent, we wouldn't have this hobby. We'd be stripping, like I said, Behringers and Nash and Drake. And I don't know if that's real enough for me. I like it like this, and I respect the process enough to not buy fakes and counterfeits. I wish they could just give China sanctions like they used to. Our country needs to stop importing from that country, period. That's what Tina Bloomfield said, not me. Well, Tina, I hate to like, I don't totally agree with that, but that's like a whole political thing, position. But like I was saying earlier in my video, I was talking about, it's not just China that's the problem. There are people that are within this hobby that have been painting authentic kits and then decided, oh, hey, I think I'm going to make a fake silicone Lulu and I'm going to sell it for €1,000 for anyone who wants to buy it. And don't hassle me about it. I know what I'm doing is wrong. I'm stealing somebody's sculpt. But so it's not, China is not just the only problem. How do you sanction the Gia de Sessa? Her name is Gia de Sessa. How do you sanction the Gia de Sessas, right? You can't. So it's China. Yeah, China is like the hugest problem, right? It's a huge problem with counterfeits, not just in our hobby, but it touches other businesses as well. But we have, like I said, I talked about earlier, Joanna's Lulu that has been made into a partial silicone and being sold for €1,000 by a thief, essentially a thief, capitalizing on somebody else's talent and without the artist's permission. Hey, Pooh Bear. I do not want to be stripping any dolls anyway. Not meaning for it to be political. I'm sorry if it sounded like, no, Tina, you're welcome to say that. I understand. I just wanted to make sure that as part of the conversation, we also remember that it's not just China. Because earlier, I don't know if you were here at the beginning, but earlier I did talk about Joanna's situation. There's also the other ones. Where is it? Somebody made a fake full body silicone Levi. There's also that. So it's sad because while China is a very their counterfeits are saturating at eBay and saturating Etsy, and they're basically trying to take over as the Reborn hobby. They even call their fakes Reborns. So they're trying, well, that's like prevalent, like a huge problem. And maybe some sanctions would help. It won't, that just answers one problem, but the problem is still the people like the Gia de Sessas that don't care, and they will make a knockoff silicone off of any, vinyl kit. And it's sad. It really is sad. And the other thing is we make our kits in China. I don't know too much into the whole production side of how they're making these kits and why they go. I mean, I understand it, why they do. I understand, like, cost wise, if they were to do it anywhere else, we wouldn't be paying $109 for a blank kit. We'd probably be paying double, triple that for a blank kit. And I, so I get what you're saying about that. but it would end up being even more costly. Yeah, I wish there was a way to stop the knockoffs. I wish there was. That's why I always say that I feel like there is a way to not completely stop it. And some people are like, oh, shaming people is not the way. Well, it actually was pretty effective for a time being. You know, the two bad apples, Katie and me, we're sitting here yapping all the time on our channel talking about, we've been called the two bad apples that shame people. Shaming people is not going to work. Well, actually, it kind of was effective for a while to at least make people too embarrassed, you know. Instead of saying, well, shaming's not going to work, you just ended up emboldening somebody to do a box opening of a knockoff and then shared links and then sent everybody in the direction of knockoffs. So how was how was that effective? Again, tell me again how being friends with someone who buys knockoffs effective, or coddling people for buying knockoffs, like, oh, we're just going to coddle them because they're people too. Nah. And I know people don't like when I act this way either, when I talk about it this way, or I'm very firm about it. But yeah, people who buy knockoffs by accident usually don't go back and buy more. They learn. They're like, oh, shoot, I bought a knockoff. I didn't know. I should have done more research. There's redemption for everyone. But it was working pretty good for a while. If people would stop crying about bullying, if people stop crying bullying, then it would work. I know, right? They call it bullying when we talk about knockoffs and how it's wrong and how we should buy authentic, or, you know, we won't stand for it, or we won't support it, or hey, this channel, you know, has knockoffs. They call it bullying. And it's actually not, because in a way I feel like they're bullying the sculptors. They're bullying people. They're the bullies in this community. Because for a long time, because they're so popular, knockoffs and fakes are so popular on YouTube. I mean, they're popular everywhere else, but I spend a lot of time here on YouTube because of my channel. And you know, the very same people who were kind of in the center of all this, you know, fake Maddie debacle were the same exact people that were calling me a bully, trying to make it like talking about fakes and saying that they're wrong and that they lower the morale of the community. And, you know, they try to make it like that was a form of bullying. And it's not. But they're gonna, like, you're right, Tina, they're gonna cry bullying, and when it's not actually bullying. It's a strange it's strange how they found a way to twist everything. Fake supporters hate us because we make community environment uncomfortable for them to list their dolls. Yes, we try to make it inhospitable for people to proudly display fakes or to proudly announce where to get one. We tried our best, but we were called bullies for it. But the thing is that I think the thing that was more sad is that a couple people, like with big channels here on YouTube, were afraid of the backlash for speaking out against fakes. So they always took this soft approach that was, we're not going to shame you. You can own whatever doll you want. You're accepted for whatever doll you want, you know. And they would say about us, like, oh, well, you know, you can't force somebody to not spend their money on dolls. You can't make them feel, you can't bully them into submission, which is not what we were doing. We're just like, you know, discouraging people. The only way you're going to discourage these people, a lot of these people, and you know, My Little World will testify to this, a lot of these people felt discouraged to buy knockoffs only because they were worried about the backlash. Unfortunately, that was the only effective way. You can't convince these people to buy. A lot of people just came out of the woodworks that were pretending to be in this hobby just for the authentic kits, and they were coming out saying, oh, thank God I could, they would like finally stop holding their breath and they let out a breath of fresh air. They were like, oh, I can finally show my fakes because, you know, that person did and said it was okay, and her friends with popular channels that even though they collect only authentic said it was okay, we're going to still support you, we could still be your friend. So my approach may be the unpopular one, but it also was at least not ending the counterfeit war, but at least it was muting their side enough, you know? At least I like to think. I don't know. Who knows? I used to talk about this when I was active on YouTube as well. I still would if I made videos, and considering making videos again. Oh, hold on. Shame on the artists who make dolls for fake kits too, from fake kits too. I see so many of them in the alternative doll groups. That's sad. They look so bad, these home poured silicone dolls. Because many stolen sculpts are being manufactured in Germany and Spain, not in China. Okay. So I didn't know they were making them in Germany too. Yeah, I'm tired of the scammers too. They just don't stop. Isn't it just everywhere you look, it's like every day I see something, you know, and just, yeah, I know. I'm tired of it too. And honestly, who was it? Oh, I think it was Bobby. She posted on her Facebook this meme with like this skeleton sitting on a bench, and it said, you know, waiting for karma to get the counterfeit and people who buy counterfeits to get back, you know, at these people. And it's just like this bone, the skeleton sitting on a table. So yeah, it's like it isn't even, it's exhausting because it doesn't even seem like they get their just, you know, they don't, there's no justice for us. It's just they keep growing and growing and getting more vocal. And I mean, you guys all know what happened this month, but what a way to kick off the, you know, 2022 in the hobby. That infamous box opening and that person crying bully, like they were bullied and they weren't. But it's not stopping it. I think they're, I mean, even what we're doing, like the shaming doesn't work either. So I throw my hands up. I don't even know anymore. I don't even know. Um, Hi, Mrs. Towner. I will be inhospitable to people buying fakes. Like, if I know that you are going to pee in the pool, I ain't going to invite you to my pool party. Thank you. That's a great analogy. I remember your counterfeit talks from years ago. They were not popular either. Yeah, it's sad. I think the thing is that on YouTube, it's like really, really, it's harder to talk about this issue than it is like on other, it gets shut down everywhere else, you know? I love the one reasons, I love one of the reasons they gave for buying the fakes is that artists charge too much and won't bow down to drop the price better, yet give it away. Yeah, they don't. Mrs. Towner says they don't, that no idea of the hours of work and the detail. Yeah, there is. I saw one that was funny. It's this, I don't want to say their name because I definitely do not want to promote their channel on my channel. And there are lots of people that try to use my channel too, because to promote their channel, because when they make videos about me, man, they get the views. But this one channel, this person really isn't a part of the Reborn community. They just came on the scene straight from Amazon. They're in a partnership with Amazon to promote and sell these knockoffs, and that's strictly what they do. They're not really like doll collectors or anything like that. But she makes, all her channel is just box opening, box opening, box opening, box opening every day. It's sometimes it's like Maggie and Maddie, fake Maggie, fake Saskia, fake. I don't remember which. I think it might be the same infamous doll company, but I can't remember. I just know it was from Amazon. And she comes on and she tries to talk just like we do, like, just, we're not like putting on a show, you know, we're just collectors who show our dolls and we talk about the details and stuff. And so she comes on her channel and she shows her fake, pretend this is the fake. Oh, wow. She really plays it up. Look at the details. Look at the painting. Wow, look at the details. And it's like, she's like, oh, she's so cute. Look at the details. And I'm just like, where? Where, bitch? Where? Where? Bitch, where? Okay, where are those details? I don't see it. And then, you know, I go and I read the comments. I want to see who's there. And I actually saw a few people that were like, have YouTube channels that are supposedly part of this, you know, Reborn hobby. And they have been with channels, you know, for a long time. I won't say their names either. But I'm just like, wow. And it just kind of, you know, luckily this person doesn't actually get that many views. That's why I'm not going to say their channel. Their views are like the views, that the traffic that they're getting on their channel is pretty insignificant. And I definitely don't want to point anybody in their direction, so I'm not going to say who it is. And I haven't even gone back to see their channel in probably 2 months, so I don't know what they're getting up to over there. But I know, like, during the holidays and like before the holidays started, I would see that they were getting back. I know My Little World knows who I'm talking about. This is a community where you have to establish yourself. When I first started out, I put a whole heart and soul into my first baby. And then when I sold my first, all it sold for was $98. $98. I paid my dues. I will never bow down to the fakes in charge. But I'm not worth. Miss Towner wants to name and shame. Hey, okay, go outside. Go outside. Sorry. I think it's like delivery. Somebody's delivering. Probably the FedEx guy. Miss Towner, you're a naughty one, aren't you? You want us to name and shame? Apparently, see, that's where I don't know. Like, you have one really like popular channel saying that naming and shaming isn't the way. I myself, this is all anecdote, okay? This isn't a scientific measured result or anything, but I myself have noticed that for years, all the naming and shaming kind of was effective. But, you know, we recently had this channel come out after everything, all the how do I put this? After everyone started posting, yeah, they're against fakes or against fakes. I mean, we got sculptors and channels and Instagram influencers, everybody saying, okay, they came in and say, well, shaming is not the way. They totally like completely derailed all the progress we had made all week when they came in all late. Because they wanted to take that, they wanted to make it easier. They didn't want to lose subscribers, and they didn't want their fake, you know, the people who watch them that buy fakes to stop watching them or to get mad at them. That was more important to them. For me, as you can tell, if you haven't noticed in the last couple years, I don't care. I really don't. If you support fakes and you buy fakes and you know, all of that, then this channel really isn't for you, because it's going to make you feel uncomfortable. But Mostly I don't name, because if I feel like the channel's not worth naming, then why am I going to use my platform to send anybody in their direction? So that's why. That's why I do it. I don't do it. But there's other ways that you can, make sure that people know. But yeah. Ariana's baby says we should not be mean. I don't think anybody's been mean. Honestly, I haven't seen anyone be mean. Now, and that's kind of like subjective. Like what falls under mean? Talking about it. I've been said that, like, this is me. This is how I am. So I don't necessarily, I haven't seen any meanness. I did see one person deal with this one artist. Like it wasn't a sculptor. It was just like an artist. I didn't even know who the artist was, but there was this one channel that told their story about how they bought fakes and by accident. However, I since that happened a couple months ago, sometime last year, I really don't think it was by accident, because this person actually came out and said, oh, they wish they would have had the opportunity to get a fake so that they can review it on their channel. So I don't know if really that was the true case, that they bought it by accident. But anyway, I did see one person go and attack that person, which I kind of was like, it was just like pure attack. I did see that. So while I've seen that, that's not my tactic. I don't go in pure attack. I talk about it on my channel. I show things on my Instagram. That's about it. So that would be, I guess, kind of like not the most tactful way to deal with that situation. I also choose, because there are people, maybe they're showing their fake on their channel, and I'm like, well, how much influence does this person actually have? That's another thing I take into consideration. Does this person have a lot? Sorry, it got dark. The sun is going down. But anyway, I consider if that person has influence. If they have influence, I'm going to say something. But if they don't really have any influence, then I don't bother. I really don't. I just like, well, there it is. Plus, you can see they don't have a lot of views and things like that. So, you just have to think about how you're going to do stuff. I have asked several to please send me security pics. This is on one of our local sites here in New Zealand. Of the actual baby I will be getting, they never do. Yeah, they don't. I've also called them scammers too, and they also send back lovely emails. That's funny. They must have automated emails. Oh, you disagree. We need the name and shame. Oh, okay. We need, I don't know. Well, I'm not going to do it no more. Because people say that. And I know, like, this is for, I've done it. And you guys, like you saw, I do it. But it has to be, I have to think about it. Really, is it worth it for certain people? Some people, I'm just like rolling my eyes, like going, whatever. Nobody watches them anyway, so who cares? It's all about how much influence a person has, that I think poses the most threat to the hobby. How much influence do they have? And then is it worth, then it seems like it's worth it. But if they don't have a lot of influence, then why bother? Because then they will claim this was like a David and Goliath situation, like they're David and Goliath and I'm Goliath, and even though I'm not, but you just have to weigh the pros and cons of each situation. Everybody's like, name and shame. Okay, the other reason I don't really present the names of the websites is because I don't want to inadvertently send anyone in the direction to buying a fake. They are not going to get any sort of free advertisement here on my channel or my Instagram account. So when I find a scammer, I like on Instagram, I show, like, especially if it's like a scammer account and they're using my pictures, I just let people know, hey, be careful, block them, report them, report and block them, because they may steal your pictures someday too. So if the community just collectively is diligent about, reporting and blocking, they won't have, you know, a lot of interest, or they won't get a lot of people following them. As far as channels here on YouTube, like I said, if they have some type of influence, then it's worth it. And I think, well, while there's a list that exists, I've seen it on Facebook, I've seen it on Instagram, people talk about making a list of knockoff websites. I just think it's easier to just let people know you can't buy a Reborn doll from a website unless it's reborns.com. That's it. That's it. And I know there's some artists that have websites established to sell their dolls, which is kind of nice, but at the same time, it's kind of because it's what causes some of the confusion with these fake websites, is that they have established their own website to manage their business. But I feel like, in a way, it's not their fault. It's not their fault, but in a way that kind of causes the confusion and why people think there's websites they can buy these dolls from. But safely to buy from, a lot of artists are establishing accounts on reborns.com. The owners of that website are diligent about, they're putting consumer safety first. So they do have disclaimers for accounts that aren't, verified or authenticized by the owners of the website. And then there's, artists that are serious about selling their dolls actually pay the fee to have an established account there. The knockoff companies are not paying fees to have established accounts because they don't want to pay for nothing. They just want easy money. You know what happens when we go all Braveheart in this community, right? Yeah. Yeah, a couple months ago, or last year sometime, wait, I think it was last summer, somebody used this very knockoff issue. They used this very issue to get and twist it, and they used it for their own, manipulated it and to use it for their own, issue that they had with me and with, with Katie. So they used this to call us bullies in order to, slow us down. Even though they had their own agenda for why they did it, they used this situation that we talk about knockoffs a lot and that we're not okay with it, to kind of prop up their narrative that My Little World and Reborn Higa are, in bullies, or we're mean, or mean girls, and that. And it's like a really sad thing. So it's kind of not, like I say, it's a very unpopular opinion to have, a staunch position on knockoffs, and to vocalize that and say that, no, you're not going to tolerate it, and you will talk about it. Because they used it a lot to try to shush us, to kind of push us out of YouTube. And it's just, it was no picnic, I'll tell you that. We are called names. Reborn YouTube lights up. Oh, we are called names. Reborn YouTube lights up like Netflix with all these fake videos about how we bullied them, or stopped being friends with them, or never respond to their messages. Lord have mercy. Yeah. So there's a lot of weirdness going on with that. So, but yeah, I mean, all I can say, and like I've always said, and all I've ever said, because I don't bully people with fakes, but all I've ever said, and I've had people also make fake accounts to come into my chats. My block game is pretty strong though, but I've had people come, like I wouldn't even be talking about this issue, and I would just be changing a doll's outfit, and somebody would just like, that's when I knew it was like a fake account, somebody hiding behind a fake account. They would come in and start up the conversation about knockoffs, and to get me to, you know, it was to get me to start talking about it again, and to they would bring up things like, well, what if I don't know that? Like, they wanted me to put down people who accidentally bought knockoffs. And yeah, I will state my position. I think that there is still, as a consumer, you still have some personal responsibility to make sure that what you're buying is legit. And when somebody says, hey, come on, be smarter than that, you bought a fake, you know, like, you can't say, oh, you know, I was bullied because somebody says that. Gaslighting me. Yeah, they were gaslighting me during my live streams, only to use it later to twist things up. Yeah. Oh, I get gaslighted so much on here. There's a list of reputable artists Christy from the Dainty Loft put up. What was the type of list? What was the type of list we need? Yeah, I saw that. I saw that Christy did that. There's also, like Heather just said, that there's a list of people, you know, reputable artists. So yeah, there's a list that has reputable artists, which is really long. I think a good place to shop is reborns.com. If you want to buy like a finished doll, there's a lot of finished dolls in them. In fact, I saw them advertised today on their Instagram that there was an artist selling a silicone, which I think is finished. And so it's a good place if you're the type that is like not really too patient to get a custom done, because sometimes customs can take their time. And usually that, you know, new people, I think it's kind of a nice place to go, reborns.com. That way you can also start gauging what the cost of these dolls are, and you can start comparing, you know, with the pictures. You can start comparing some realism, and you're like, okay, well, this one's charging a little bit more. Oh, this one's charging a little bit less, and it's almost like exactly the same, you know, in realism and details as the one that costs more. So you can start kind of comparing that way, which is kind of nice. I used to do that a lot when I was new, and I would do it on eBay. That was before eBay was just, man, saturated with, they are so saturated now with knockoffs. It's sad. Sorry, my daughter just texted me. So I was texting her back. She's going to a game. Mhm. Okay. Um, I'm sure there are things in their lives that they would not tolerate from other people, and would not appreciate being called a bully for standing their ground and putting up boundaries. Yes, that's the perfect word for it. People don't like when you establish boundaries with them. Absolutely not. I am okay with you and Katie being called bullies and having people. I am absolutely not okay. Absolutely not. I'm not okay with and having people try push you out of out of YouTube. That alone makes me want to start making videos again talking about the same thing. Knockoffs are fine. They're just dolls that are factory painted. Did I miss something here? Okay, I want to establish something. I don't know what you're saying, Ariana, but when I talk about knockoffs, first of all, I don't think that Ashton Drake and Paradise Galleries are cheaper reborns. They're just Ashton Drake dolls and Paradise Gallery dolls. I don't think they're Reborns. So I just want to establish that. So when I talk about knockoffs, I don't mean Ashton Drake or Paradise Gallery, because first of all, they are authentically made by Ashton Drake and Paradise Galleries. They're not copies of any other dolls. And for me, knockoffs slash counterfeit slash fakes are pirated or illegally copied kits, full-on dolls from artists that did not give these people that are illegally manufacturing these dolls permission to do so. So Ashton Drake, Paradise Galleries are just Ashton Drake and Paradise Gallery dolls. They're just dolls. Okay, they're not, I wouldn't even call them art dolls either, because I think they're made in a factory and painted in, you know, by a factory, not by hand, by artists or anything like that. So those, to me, I don't consider them reborns unless they actually have been reborn, you know, stripped and repainted by an artist. But I just consider them nice dolls because they're very dolly. Okay, they're really cute. I own some Ashton Drakes. They're very cute. I'm not knocking them. I'm not knocking them down. I'm not saying that they're not as good as reborns or anything like that. All I'm saying is they're not reborns, and they're also not knockoffs. So I want to establish that. Because a couple months ago, I did have another person that was attacking me because she would go live and just say all these untruths about me, these lies. And they were saying that I was against Ashton Drake and I was against Paradise Gallery, and what's wrong with some of these Amazon dolls that they, you know, and I never even put them on blast because, like I said, I always have to check and see how much support they actually have, how much influence they have, and then I decide, should I put them on blast? But she came out with a doll that she was holding. She's only been in the community for a short time, so you almost can't fault her for that. But she's showing this doll from Amazon saying, see, this is my Amazon doll, but it's not a copy of any doll. But I cringed, but I stayed quiet about it. But actually, in fact, that doll was a knockoff. The reason she doesn't know is because this artist doesn't really make any more dolls in the community. But Lillian Trigg is one of the first people from a long time ago that her dolls started being knocked off by Amazon, by the Chinese that sell on Amazon. And in fact, this one person, this YouTuber, the doll that they were thinking is not a knockoff was in fact a knockoff. So, but see, how do I tell this person? If I was able to sit down with each of these people face to face, they would see that this isn't an affront to them personally, but an affront to misinformation. Like, it really bothers me when people spread misinformation. So that's the only thing that I'm opposed to, is spreading misinformation. So yes, those dolls that you see on Amazon, they're knockoffs. You may not realize that they are because you don't recognize the sculpt because it's not a newer sculpt. But in fact, that sculpt that you were holding in your live, on your videos, claiming that this is just a pretty doll from Amazon. They didn't copy no artists, no sculptors. It in fact was, I don't remember the name of the kit, but it in fact is a sculpt by Lillian Trigg. Look it up. You'll find it. So that's all. You know, it's just, did I address her? No. Did I try to put her on blast? No. I mean, I let her, she just went on and said a lot of bad things about me and my friends, but whatever. You got to choose your battles. And believe me, although I do have a big mouth and very opinionated, and I give a lot of opinions here, believe me, I do hold back a lot. Because there's some things that are just not worth it to me. Oh, I missed a lot here. Hold on. Okay, Love for Reborn 13 says knockoffs are knockoff and of a real product. It's stolen work. Yes. Knockoffs are counterfeit stolen sculpts reproduced without sculptor permission. And Ariana says she's sorry, she didn't know. No, we're this is good. This is good because we get an opportunity to kind of say it and to just kind of make that distinction, because too many times it's happened a lot where people like to twist things and they like to say that, you know, we're putting down Ashton Drake and Paradise Gallery by saying that it's not a Reborn. But at the same time, it's not a knockoff either. Those are authentic dolls by Paradise Gallery and by, you know, Ashton Drake. They're authentic dolls to own. There's nothing wrong with those. And they're completely different from that infamous fake Maddie. That's completely different. Now that is a knockoff. And I understand that the vernacular here is what gets confusing, because for you know, people outside of the hobby, when let's say you go to the grocery store and you buy Tide, I'll just use, you know, detergent for example. There's Tide and then there's the what we is called generic brand, and I think a lot of people confuse Ashton Drake and Paradise Gallery as the generic of Reborn kits, but they're not. They're actually brands. They're not Reborns until they're stripped of their factory paints and repainted, I guess, technically. But it's like, I think people think that we are meaning they're generic, but, and even generic isn't bad because they're just kind of an imitation of it. You know, there's generic brands out there, but this is a small type of hobby where it's really powered by the ingenuity and talent of real artists, and that are not millionaires, that are not big corporations. They're not part of some big corporate conglomerate where they can stop the theft of their work, where they can fight the theft of their work. So it's not like buying Tide versus buying the generic brand, store brand. Those are two different things. And I hate to use, you know, when people try to compare high fashion like Louis Vuitton and the knockoffs. You know, I really, you know, it's not the same thing, because Louis Vuitton, fine, there was an artist, but it's actually a fashion house that hires a bunch of talented fashion designers to create their lines, you know. They make millions of dollars. So those comparisons bother me too, because these artists here are small, independent, just small, okay? They're not millionaires. They're not part of some huge corporate, you know, corporation that are not, you know, emotionally unaffected and financially unaffected by the counterfeit market. Wow, that was a lot for me to to try to convey. Sometimes I want to get what's in my mind across, and I hope all of that made sense. And I do care how it affects the psyche of artists. I really do. Maybe too much. Love for Reborn says, I was just about to make that comment regarding designer bags and how it's different. Yeah, thank you. We'll make it. Say it too. I'd love to read it, because it's nice. It's not, because you may be able to say it in a more direct, and so please share it here. I'll read it. I also want to make clear for a millionth time, budget babies have nothing to do with this either. I have seen this one channel trying to rally people against us making mixing budget babies into it. Nobody ever said anything bad about budget babies. Maybe you can kind of elaborate on what is considered a budget baby. I know there are artists out there that will sell, like they call them budget babies. So they take a kit and they do like a very basic paint on it. Um, and they have a very like low price for it because it didn't, a lot of details probably weren't put into them, and so they call them budget because they'll charge like a lower amount than they would for a doll that, let's say, is um, rooted with more expensive hair. Maybe they used a cheaper hair on the budget baby than they did on the, you know, more expensive doll, or maybe they didn't take the time to do all like Lanugo or milk bumps. They just did the most basic of basic paints for of the doll, and they call them budget babies. I have other things to talk about, I swear. I love this topic. Why am I gonna lie? I love talking about it. I find it, you know, I talk about other things too, but I just don't really have a huge haul, and I just wanted to go live, and we're just having a conversation, aren't we? Just having a conversation. I wanted to show you. This is the silicone Emma. See how her fingers can fold back like that? And then this one is the vinyl Emma, and her finger doesn't fold back. It's stiff, and I wouldn't push it because it might break. I love this kit so much, this sculpt. I wish this artist would come out with more kits. She's very talented. Very, very talented. I'm waiting for you guys. Ariana's baby says the poor artist dealing with this. Yeah. The whole community, actually. I feel like it just lowers the morale. There's a big difference between comparing products that went from a single creation to mass produced versus what Reborn artists do. Every doll is one of a kind. It's not mass produced or copied. Thank you. Thank you for that. See, I like other people saying what, you know, even if it's something kind of similar to what I said, sometimes we need all the different ways of saying it because they may understand me or they may not understand me, and they may understand the way you put it. So thank you so much for that. I just like excuse. Oh, I just like the excuse. Oh, well, everyone buys knockoff items. Oh, yeah, that one was pretty annoying. Okay, so, oh, well, everyone buys knockoff items, but the items this is referring to is not one of a kind piece. Yes, that's a very good way. See, that's why I like that. Thank you so much for sharing that perspective. Yes, they're not. This is completely different. It's not the same thing. It's just not. This is it's theft, and yeah, it's just not the same thing. Thank you for that. Yeah, that was kind of a new one that kind of was like making me scratch my head. Okay, so the whole, well, there's knockoffs all over the world for everything, and everyone buys knockoffs, so who cares, you know? Knockoffs are just a reality, which, okay, fine. If, you know, we're gonna be realist here. We can be realist. Yes, there are reality of this hobby, you know, but it doesn't mean we have to stay quiet. It's like, okay, just get over it. No, 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 no. I'll still be against it. Because it's not that black and white. Like, oh, because it's the reality of this hobby, or people buying knockoffs is just knockoffs take over the world. You just have to accept it. I did see that excuse. What a wild excuse. All the excuses make me roll my eyes. Yeah. Oh, did you feel an earthquake in New Zealand? So that is all I wanted to share with you guys. I know it's long. Oh, we've been on for a long time. So I'm going to let my moderator go and I'm going to get myself some dinner. But thanks for hanging out with me. I hope you guys enjoyed this conversation. I do. I like, feeding off of what you guys say. And buy authentic and support our sculptors by buying authentic and keep this hobby authentic, I guess. I don't know what else to say. Keep this hobby going the way it is, because the counterfeits are really smothering ingenuity, and they're going to affect all of us cost wise and access wise. If you think it's hard for you to access an authentic kit now, just wait till all they do is silicones and a very limited amount of silicones, and it's just going to be harder for everyone to get dolls anyway. And then that's just going to raise the prices up even. If you think you're paying a lot now or you think it's too expensive now, it'll be completely unattainable if we keep supporting the counterfeit market. And thank you guys so much, and thanks to everyone who participated in the chat. I really appreciate your feedback and your thoughts and stuff. Thank you. I had fun, and I'll be back. I'm trying not to shop so much because I'm getting quite a few dolls, so I don't know how many hauls I'm going to do. And plus, I have too much clothes, but I'm hopefully. I mean, I don't know. This artist got started right away on my dolls, so it was not a purchase that I had planned for too long. It was kind of impromptu, and I'm really excited because it turns out this is probably going to be my first doll for 2022, and I'm really, really craving. I'll just let you guys know I'm craving a big girl, and missing dressing a bigger Reborn. So, and I need a girl to dress. So we'll see how that goes. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Stay safe out there.